let's go ahead and talk about this iRacing Pro Invitational Series that NASCAR has been doing. The Dixie Vodka 150 took place 2 weeks ago at the virtual Homestead, Miami. Dixie Vodka donated $10,000 to the NASCAR Foundation for the COVID-19 relief. And also our very first winner of the Pro Invitational Series, Denny Hamlin, decided that he was going to go ahead and donate $5,000 of his own money for the COVID-19 aid. Now, I was really excited because we did have Dale Earnhardt Jr. back on the track, and we got a different kind of style of racing. It was really exciting. There were a lot of wrecks. However, the good thing is that the drivers would get resets, and it was like having a brand new car all over again. Now, the technology is amazing. What these things are rigs, and the drivers have these setups, and now they range from probably about $200 for your standard desktop version all the way up to your super decked out simulator that Denny Hamlin has, and probably dropped a good $40,000 on. But the one thing is that even though Denny Hamlin won this first race, Timmy Hill, which isn't a very familiar name for most casual race fans, made his way up to the front. And I was rooting for him, and then it came down to like a last lap battle between Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Denny Hamlin. And I thought Dale Jr. was gonna win, but Denny Hamlin got a little rough since he didn't have any car to really worry about, and took the checkered flag. I had no problem with this because I am all about donating money to any kind of relief that is going to provide for the greater good. So shout out to Denny Hamlin for that. Moving on to this past Sunday, now Fox has decided to go ahead and air on FS1 the whole Pro Invitational Series season. I don't know how long that's going to go, but what it is doing is following the same schedule that NASCAR has set up for its season. So our last race that we went to was Texas Motor Speedway, the virtual one. And this race, we had the same broadcasting setup, Mike Joy, we had Jeff Gordon, Clint Boyer, chimed in, although he did get a little distracted and frustrated at the same time, but he overall did make it very enjoyable and very fun for everybody to watch. It was very entertaining. I mentioned Timmy Hill being up in the front last week. He did get third place at Homestead, Miami, virtual Homestead, Miami, but I was on my feet cheering because I actually took him as my pick before the race to win at Texas Motor Speedway, the virtual Texas Motor Speedway. And it's really funny because I was up on my feet and it felt like such a real race going on, and at the same time it was just very surreal. It was almost like sitting there next to my brother watching him play like Mario Kart and waiting for my turn, but still kind of cheering him on. This is really exciting for Timmy Hill because I think it's going to get him a lot of publicity. There were tons and tons of people watching. I don't have the exact number because I just can't remember those things at the top of my head whenever I'm trying to get some quick news out to you guys. Speaking of Timmy Hill, for those of you who have never heard his name, Timmy Hill has been racing in NASCAR for about 10 years. Personally, I think Timmy Hill has such a great personality. I haven't heard any horrible stories about him. Every encounter that people have had with him has been positive. He's taller than me, which is surprising because I'm not used to seeing a lot of drivers that are my height or taller. So he's definitely somebody that you can point out in a crowd. And he's got this adorable little smile, and he's got this youthful appearance, but he's also got this laid back demeanor, and he's really cool and chill, and he's that guy that everybody can relate to, I think. Very positive, very outgoing. I would love to see how this is going to play out next week whenever I believe we go to, it's Bristol Motor Speedway on Sunday. However, if you do follow me on my private Facebook, I always post it, and if you're following me here on superfan.tv, I always list it in my story as soon as it goes up, so you guys can click it and find it, but I will let you know it will be aired on FS1. And if you guys don't have FS1, or if you do have a game console, you can also log into different drivers' stations? I don't know if it's stations, channels, there we go. They have their own channels set up to where you can actually watch their footage, and you don't have to stick with any of the broadcasting. You can also move around kind of like I do. Something else that's extremely exciting when it comes to the whole iRacing is that when you really think about it, what other sports are able to do this? Don't worry, I'll wait. That's what I thought. So why don't you take a chance on it? Tomorrow they've got the Outlaws, the little sprint car dirt race. Not really in the dirt, it's a virtual one, and you'll be able to see Kyle Larson, who dominates on dirt tracks. I think it'll be something very fun to watch, and you're also probably going to see some other people that you don't recognize if you don't already follow like Outlaws and Sprint. I'll leave you with something really cool that I did, just to touch on how cool Timmy Hill is. I figured since this was like such a it was a virtual race, a virtual win, how could everybody make it special? Because he doesn't get to stand there and splash champagne in his living room or wherever his setup is. He did an awesome interview. Another thing that I ended up doing just to kind of congratulate him is I slid into those DMs, not in the way that you would think, but I went ahead and I made a little meme. Here it is. Recognize it? Exactly. I happened to be watching King of the Hill after the race and it just clicked. I made it. I sent it. I said, hey, congrats, man. And he said, LOL, thank you so much. That's a win for me, a win for any super fan that's like me. See you next time.